Напускането и намирането са две страни на една и съща история. Пътешествието ми е едновременно загуба и откритие. Намерих се тук, за да остана там. Споделете пътя на писателя-мигрант на Столица литература, писане за имиграцията, на 12, 17, 18 и 19 юни. Повече за събитието научете на ekf.bg.
Добър вечер за всички. Много се радвам, че сте тук и сте толкова смели. И благодарим на всички, които са дошли да ви чуят. Знам, че някои от хората ще закъснеят, затова ще започнем малко по-бавно. Вие сте част от тази програма Столица литература на Фондация Елизабет Костова. И тази година за първ път всъщност имаме публично събитие за участниците в нашите семинари по творческо писане, които се провеждат и на български и на английски. В момента сме обявили лятната поредица на български. Ако не сте забелязали, може да посетите страницата на Фондация Елизабет Костова. За мен е удоволствие, че инструктора на workshop Джереми Чемберлейн е тук и ще му дам думата, за да представи workshop.
Мерси. Добър ден и добре дошли. Казвам се Джереми Чемберлейн. Съм преподавател по английски литература и съм писател в САЩ, в университет в Мичиган. И уча български лека по лека, so that's all of my Bulgarian. And since our workshops are conducted in English, I guess it makes sense to do that. So first off, I'd like to just say a little bit about the program. Before I do, I'd like to thank the Elizabeth Kostova Foundation for sponsoring and organizing this event. I'd like to thank the Fulbright Commission for bringing me back to Bulgaria. I had the great pleasure of being a Fulbright scholar here in 2017. And to live here for that year. And I've also been coming each summer to help with the Sozopol seminars for almost 10 years now. It's been wonderful to return each summer and be a part of this process. But I've never taught here before, so that was a new, a new experience for me. We hosted 3 workshops, each were a week long. The first was in fiction, the second was in nonfiction, the third was in drama. Some of the students participated in more than one workshop. They were very rigorous workshops, 5 hours long. 5 days a week. The students accomplished a lot. We read a lot, we wrote a lot, we shared our work with each other. So I'm very proud of the work that the students have done, very proud to work with each of them over the course of the month, and thank you to have those who are joining us today. We had students from all over the country who participated, but it's great to have some of these folks here today. So thank you. The students have their directions. Do we need to say anything else?
Аз много благодаря на всъщност на Столична библиотека for hosting.
Yes, absolutely.
Yes, the library.
Okay. All right.
Hello everyone. My name is Sari and I'm in the 8th grade. I study in ACS, and when I found about this workshop, I really love writing. So I said to myself, why not to try this workshop about flash fiction? And I guess I'll just read what I have for you. It's one short story, so enjoy. Who am I? I fired. Time froze. Nothing could be heard. I put my hands down and the gun silently fell to the ground. He was on the floor in front of me, lying unconscious. Through the window, I could see the heavy drops of rain falling down, but I couldn't hear them. Someone may have shaken me, but I didn't feel anything. The windows of this building were so big that I felt as a tiny little creature next to them. I was looking at the fountain outside, which was yellow with little white spots on it. How incredibly beautiful it seemed at that moment. Lay, it's okay, do you hear me? Please, stand up. How long had I been on my knees? Why could I hear the words, but couldn't move my body? But then I realized, my heart felt like a heavy ice block. I had tried to save him. I had been so scared that I was going to lose him, so I shot at the man with the deep black eyes. I had killed him. I had killed a person. You saved him, Lay, it's okay. The voice sounded familiar, but I couldn't exactly tell who was talking to me. I killed him, I whispered. ago, I would never have thought of killing someone. Me? I was the girl who was determined to achieve her goals, doing the things she wanted to, without thinking of others' opinions, always thinking positively and wisely. But at that moment, I was a killer. I was drowning. What I was going to do from now on? I wanted him for myself. I was scared that he was going to die. I didn't think about the consequences at that moment, because the only thing I knew was that I didn't want to lose him. I should not have fallen in love with Jackson, and I should have listened to my parents and my friends. I found myself in front of a pink-covered trash bin in a small street. Suddenly my tears were falling heavily down my cheeks, and I wasn't able to stop them. Cole found me like that, and he didn't look at me with disgust. He should have looked at me with disgust. His eyes found my face, and they showed worry and sadness. Cole came next to me and hugged me tightly. His chin was above my head, and he whispered to me, "You're not a bad person, Lane." No, I couldn't do that. It wasn't right for him to hug me. He was the kindest person I knew, and he shouldn't have hugged the killer. I let go of his hands, and I looked him in the eyes, no matter how hard it was. "You don't deserve this, Cole." And I started running away. This time I couldn't stop running until I found a quiet place just for me and my thoughts. This was the moment when I had to decide what I was going to do with my life. Now I'm 30 years old. I'm a doctor, and I have saved more than 15 lives until this moment. My little child is called Mike, and my husband, Cole, is the man that has always stood by me. Today is Friday, and the big event is here. I'm walking to the stage. There are about 300 people in the hall, and thousands of people are watching me online. I am doing this because my past is a part of me, which I should accept, despite how difficult it is. I walk up to the big microphone, and I look around. "You can do this, Lane," I say to myself. I take a deep breath, and I start. My name is Lane. Many people may know me as Dr. Camel, but a few people knew me as a child, the young killer Lane. When I was 16 years old, I did something bad, really, really bad. It started from the time when I could feel my own possessiveness toward Jackson. My boyfriend meant everything to me. I was frightened that he would disappear. I didn't realize what I was doing until I shot. The man who was lying in front of me this day had deep black eyes. I remember them. I would breathe deeply before I continue. And I tried to run away. But how? From who? I was trying to run from myself, but it was impossible. So I went to the police. I told them the truth. Of course I had a punishment, but it was only for half an year. A special school for kids who have gone the wrong path. The policeman said that my penalty was small, because I was trying to save a life. But did I really do that, or was I just absolutely crazy of love, of not losing my boyfriend? What was the goal to love so hard if in order to keep this person next to me, I had to take a life? The audience was silent. And I put a new start for my life. First, I went to my parents. They were the first one who needed to hear my simple story. Because everything in life starts with small steps. Then I put an end with the boy for whom I've changed. I have changed my way of thinking. He wasn't the guilty one. I was. It wasn't easy to put the end of our relationship, but I had to do it. So who am I now? I worked so hard to change my life, and now I'm a happy mother and a blissful woman. To have a husband who has been there for me in that difficult moment in my life. I promise myself, help people, save their lives. And my message for you these days is that whatever happens to you, don't you ever give up. Because when you're on the bottom, you can't go lower. You can only go up. I smile at the people who are clapping their hands now. They take a look at my family, which is in the backstage, looking at me with love. 14 years ago, I would say that they're crazy to share their love with me. But these days, I had to accept that this was then, not now. And as I go off the stage, I realize something. Sometimes, in our most painful moments, we learn the most important lessons in our lives. Thank you.
Well, that was incredible. I'm Vasilina Gerbishanova. I'm from 11th grade. I study in Zlotarski. And I went to the flash fiction class. This story is called Onwards. Your nimble fingers fit rather snugly against my own stout hands. We laughing madly when no one's watching. Usually my humor only extends to my own jokes, But with you, I'm so giddy, the slightest hint of irony sends me in a fit. Our lungs compressing erratically at everything the world has to offer. You berating me because of the metal container, filling my mouth with the fruity taste of the day's fifth energy drink, me vowing I'll stop. That I only need the boost in this short flutter of time and that my health won't suffer. Me pulling you away from the looming mountains built of your paperwork, you slightly vindicated, announcing it's important. Me promising I understand, but pleading for an hour in which you'd just relax. Your hands warm against my grip, strong against the challenges that faces. Can this ever be our onwards?
Hello, I'm Greta Georgieva, I'm 10th grade. I have attended the fiction and non-fiction workshop with Ben Bush, and this year the non-fiction with Jeremiah Chamberlain. And it was a great experience for me, and now I'm going to read you one personal essay about my hardships in my neighborhood. I moved into our actual apartment last year. We thought everything was perfect about it. Cozy home, a lot of trees, calm neighborhood. Everything seemed fine, until there was a time when an unbearable smell was coming from the balcony of our neighbors in the apartment below ours. We haven't seen anyone going out of that apartment. At first, we didn't even know if there were people living there. Apparently there were. A middle-aged woman with her old mother, and apparently a dog which was barking bitterly from time to time. The smell kept rising, so my parents had to do something. They put a note on their door asking politely to put whatever was causing the smell somewhere else. They did. Everything seemed fine until there was the time when we couldn't sleep at night because the middle-aged woman was talking, almost shouting, on the phone for hours or watching TV at full volume until 2 or 3 a.m. My parents were so mad. This time the action needed to be more than just a polite note. One evening they knocked on their door and told them about the situation. There was a time when throughout the whole day the silence could be felt. I think I have seen the middle-aged woman once or twice. She doesn't seem as a bad person, more like a sad one. Now as I think about it, I haven't heard the dog barking for a while. Maybe that's why she started going out to feed the cats.
Hello, my name is Elena. I am in 7th grade and I attended the flash fiction workshop, and today I'm going to read you a short story. 1961, right after Can't Help Falling in Love came out and people couldn't get enough of it. Johnny walked into Club Verona and saw how happy everybody was. How is it, Johnny? A voice he thought he would never hear again asked. Could have been better. The boy replied to his long-lost friend. I heard about your loss. I'm truly sorry. Ricky told him and turned around. You have nothing to apologize for. It was an accident. She didn't die from you leaving us. Did she miss me? Ricky couldn't help but ask. It was a dream of his to hear that Allison missed him. You want the truth? Johnny asked, and the guy he used to call best friend nodded silently. No, she didn't miss you. After those words, a silence filled the club, as if the music had stopped and everybody had left, as it was Johnny and Ricky all alone again. You're a lucky guy, Ricky said while filling his cup with cola. I'm a what? Johnny replied, and his eyes went wide open. He never had looked so angry. A lucky guy. And what exactly makes me a lucky guy, Ricky? Losing the girl I actually loved in a stupid car crash because of some stupid drug addict? Is this what makes me a lucky guy? No, of course, and you know what very well I wanted to say. Did she love you? Yes, she did. And most of us will never experience the chemistry you guys had. You found the one. That's what makes you a lucky guy. Ricky answered, almost breaking the glass with his cold drink. As he was about to turn around and never face him again, Johnny quickly asked, do you want to know what I miss about her the most? Yeah, sure. She used to quote Romeo and Juliet. She would always say that we were exactly like them. I would just get pissed off and say something like, yeah, but they died. And then, out of nowhere, she would say, I'll die for you. She really did. Did you? Before he could finish his question, Johnny already knew. Yes, I did. I mean, we did. We did bury her with roses. Just as she asked. I never actually believed that I'd do it, Johnny said, sobbing. The girl that he loved had left him forever, just because she wanted to pick a rose from the forest next to the road. He needed to do one thing only, bury her with a single rose.
Hello, my name is Yvette Dimitrova and I'm 10th grade in the American College of Sofia. I attended the flash fiction and non-fiction workshops with Mr. Chamberlain, and I'm gonna read you a short story. It's called Just Another Day. I lifted the camera. Staring at the display, I looked at their outline. This was going to be a perfect shot. The two kids in front of the sea with our dog next to them. Nature, trees, freshness, freedom. One of those picturesque photos that your grandma frames and looks at when she's sad and or lonely. I couldn't believe I was going to act like that grandma. Obviously, I would miss them. It didn't matter that we fight a lot anymore. Next September, I was going to start my first year at college, away from home and from them. My siblings were a lot younger. There was a long time until they got to go to college. I hadn't realized how hard it was going to be for me to live without them. Maybe even harder than with them. Then I was about to click the button. My sister screamed. I will definitely remember this summer. Memorable. That's what she called it. Sure it was. We were at our grandparents' house. It was a small cottage next to the sea. Well, big enough to fit 5 people. I blinked. If it was that memorable, why were we taking all of these photos? Tension was flowing throughout the air. Memories fly away so easily. It's like for a second they're there and then they're gone. All the way through the sky, escape from your head. As if here are too many bad thoughts that suppress all kinds of dreams and hopes. The saddest part of that is bad thoughts don't go away. And then they get more and more. And your head is finally full of depressive thoughts. Depression is something nobody can escape from. Everyone just has that part in their lifetime when things seem bad, worse than ever. And honestly, those moments just suck. Simply nothing, and no one can make them feel better. Not even chocolate ice cream and watching TV series all night. When people are depressed, they hide in their inner world, where there are 2 colors, just black and white, like an old TV screen or an ancient camera. And no one wants to live inside an old picture, frozen and wearing a fake smile. There is nothing there, no colors, no life, no future. But you just have to go through depression. It's not like it chooses wherever it wants to live inside you or not. It passes by, and whenever it sees a broken heart or even a free spot to stay in, it starts living there, eating poor naive people from the inside. Then it's up to you if you let it stay like a hospitable person or you decide to crush it in order to let a bright ray lighten up your soul. Make it feel a little better. Let it show its inner beauty. And all I could think about right now is how I was going to leave everything I love behind. My hands were shaking. I was about to lose it. Click. I took the picture. Now I was going to remember. Keep everything in mind.
I'm Miriam, and I'm 10th grade in the 9th high school of French education here in Sofia. And I was in the class for monologues, so today here a monologue from me. Careers in environmental protection involve jobs that help reduce the negative environmental impacts of today's actions, restore damage to ecosystems, to health, or build sustainable ways of life for the future. In fact, 50 years ago, most of today's environmental jobs are one of the fastest growing job markets. There are more than 100 environmental protection careers to consider, such as ranging from environmental law, politics, journalism, and education, to high technical and scientific jobs in such fields as biology, chemistry, and architecture. So I reached the point of considering all kinds of perspectives in life, you know, for a good job, way of living, and again things reaching every single issue without actually reducing anything, but just talking about changing our own manner. Here comes all about the future of our planet, or as I say, the future of our mind procession. Why? Well, there's a very simple way to describe why, so as specialists would say, the environmental problems like global warming, acid rain, air pollution, urban sprawl, waste disposal, ozone layer depletion, water pollution, climate change, and many more affect every human, animal, and nation on this planet. However, I'm pretty sure some of you barely even knew about the waste disposal, for example, which is okay, but only shows what the little amount of people actually are looking after a development and actual realization of the future we are all studying and working for. At the same time, the thing which everyone certainly knows is actually how they're feeling right now, or how they felt the moment before. The true secret is that everything, all the answers we're searching for in life, are hiding behind people's emotions, behavior, and views of life. All those aspects are building out a mirror which shows the way we treat not only our surroundings or our planet, but mainly ourselves. People change, the generation is changing. We used to be something real, but now we're just kind of words. Our old aims, our old views about life, words left unsaid. They're actually so empty, don't you think? There are sounds that make, which have a recognized meaning, almost like crying in a way, but if no one's around to hear them, does that make them meaningless? Is it better to keep those words purely as silent thoughts and nothing more? Is it the act of speaking them aloud or writing them as a counting problem gives them their meaning? Or does their existence alone give them substance, even if they're only thoughts? You know, so much time has passed that we can barely change anything. Maybe those words are no longer a greeting, a lovely description, or a passionate whisper. Think of it. If we never spoke these problems humanity has, will they eventually mean nothing to us? It appears the situation which destroys not ours, but also our closest people's future seems to be in our head, pulled by the wrong strings of a beating for living heart. We're not meant to stay wounded anyway. We're supposed to make through our tragedies and challenges and help each other through the many painful episodes of our lives. But remaining stuck in the power of the wounds, we block our own transformations. We overlook the greater gifts in turn to us, the strengths to overcome and the lessons we want to receive. Human wounds are not like animal ones just because we have the exact opportunity to change our future and make it comfortable for us and for the sake of ourselves. Wounds are meant to teach us become compassionate and even to protect us. So yes, wisely save water, plant trees, or just turn off the lights and light on some candles with your beloved ones for a couple of hours. But do this for yourself, for the person sitting right next to you, not for the sake of a reason or a purpose. Don't rush. Go by step, even a single flower is an advantage for us. Don't answer past questions, be spontaneous, and let yourself pass all the way out of every negative perspective in life, because our planet, our home, is alive because of us. So I felt inside my bones your words like stones. Never been inquisitive to know that my life goes with the flow since I met you and found the meaning of every little thing about our home that you know.
So thank you to each of our wonderful readers. Thank you for all of our guests coming to support them. I hope you heard what I heard, which was a wonderful wealth of diverse and unique voices and lots of different approaches to literature and writing. I think that was the thing I'm most proud of in these classes, is everyone developing a unique voice that's theirs and playing and experimenting and finding meaning through language. So again, thank you. A round of applause for our readers. library. Thank you to the Kostova Foundation, and thank you to the Fulbright organization for bringing me back. It's been a pleasure. Yes, a group photo would be wonderful. Yes, thank you.
Yeah, with you, right?
Yeah. Let's see. Can you also use my phone? Let's see. I'll put myself in the middle. Okay, so a little closer.
Yeah.
Yeah. Here first. Go here.